Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13 Fame and Whatever Expansion Edition, the Zerfall Charity Stream Reward Series, which I'm going to be calling in my own head, The Rise of Zerftopia. I set things, I edited Shiji's lifespan. He should die in about a year. I couldn't find any way to make him die any sooner. And when he does, unless something went horribly wrong, Zerfall will become the ruler of this force. That being said, before we go kick off our very first mission, let's take a quick look at the this weird Chinese zodiac prestige dream, whatever the heck this is. I start out as an official, one who manages and controls the city's governmental jobs and people. Because I kind of wanted to do a civilian Let's Play. Even though that's kind of how I did it last time, too. That's just like how I like role-playing is JG Mystery. If I ever do another of these games, I might play as Vulture Bobo and just totally be war-centric. But I can go down the path of Envoy or Civil Servant. Essentially, there's two paths. One of them is supposed to be about diplomacy, which I'm already pretty good at with this build. And the other one is about being a domestic minister. So I was going to try to be a prime minister. Eventually, there will be a key individual who manages gold supplies and personnel to keep the nation's possessive form prosperous. Eventually, I'll get special skills like obtain large amounts of supplies and gold. I think that means for the city and not for me personally. I'm not 100% sure. I can select a chance for officers of the same army to rise in rank. This is very important, actually, because there are certain positions that they can only hold, titles they can earn, which comes with bonuses, etc., if they reach a certain rank. So having lots of high-ranking officers is good. It has kind of a multiplicative effect on your effectiveness, if that makes sense, because you can have like a governor and different ministers. Like you can have a domestic, war, and military ministers in the same city with a governor, which means just a lot more commands being issued. You won't have officers who are idle if they're officers of a high enough rank to actually automatically give them domestic commands to fulfill. And the managed tax, increase a district's income and harvest, like that. But for now, all I can really do is obtain a small amount of supplies and gold at the cost of fealty, which is kind of bad, but I'm going to use it a couple times to see how it works. And then report merit. Slightly increase merit of an officer of the same city. That could be useful, particularly if there's a specific officer that I want to see advance in the ranks. But in order to become a civil servant, which will give me a better version of the conscription command, it'll give me audience, increase merit of an officer of the same district, and incidental income, gain income every season. In order to do that, I would need to achieve the rank of 7. I would need to make at least 3 merit reports, and I need to carry out 10 missions. So right now I have a mission. Let's get going on that. Try visiting Zhang Yang to do your hire. The menus in this game can get complicated, but I think I kind of remember how most of them work. So I would have to travel to Zhangyang. He is in Jiannan, 42 days away. The civil servant route of prestige types excel at domestic activities. This route allows players to increase city income and raise the merits of friendly officers. Also, the bureaucrat branch of this route allows players to embezzle city funds and supplies and add them to their personal fortune. Thing is, I could see that being a lot more useful in some RTK games than this one. There's not that much to do with money in this game, other than buy lots of treasures, which usually there's no purpose to treasures other than to give gifts to officers. Well, I mean, some of them give you some stat boosts, but, it's not a huge thing. The Envoy route increases player effectiveness when carrying out diplomatic tasks. It also allows players to arrange alliances or ceasefires between other forces. It's tempting to go that path, but I wanted to try the domestic one first. On the other hand, they can also damage relations between forces or call on forces they're allied with or have a ceasefire with to form a coalition. That could get powerful too, but at this point we're already so OP with having so many high-end starting officers that, like, getting other parties to be... This would be an interesting path if I was starting with a really weak force. trying to make something of that. Okay, this is just my own personal thing where I can assign myself, or I can request a... Oh, hold on a second. I can get a letter writing campaign going. I'm good friends with Vulture Bobo. Using the letter writing mechanic, I can form friendships between Bobo and other officers. Falger's not on this list. SKS is. I could try to make Bobo become friends with Fall Jaxors. Let's do that. For whatever that does. So, like, I focus really hard on building up cities and stuff, but in fact, I could do a whole playthrough where JG Mystery's, like, sort of semi-disengaged from the force he supports and spends his time building up his personal camp, his own personal relationships, and doesn't really focus that much on achieving the goals of Shiji or ultimately Falger. Yue Fui has been hired after being preceded by Liang Liang. Liang Liang, also known as Duran Duran. Oh, isn't that... How are you doing? This is the guy who would have taken over after Shiji's death if I hadn't... Shi XIE, his death, if I hadn't tweaked Zerfall's age. I cannot believe I met you here. But Shiji XIE would have been our ruler for a pretty long time if I hadn't messed with his lifespan too. Rabbit Ashley has hired an officer. We really should be concentrating on domestics. Like, we need enough money to pay for all these frickin' officers. In the meantime, I don't have this at the highest possible speed. While Cao Cao amassed an army, he pondered ways to deal with Dong Zhuo, whose influence steadily spread. Dong Zhuo threatens the throne, but it would be folly to confront him alone. I need to find allies to conquer him. Cao Cao thought to write letters, trying to make friends between Vulture Bobo and Fall Jaxors, sending them to various lords. Dong Zhuo is a wicked traitor who craves for the throne. If you are loyal to the Emperor, you must answer by joining forces. He wishes me to lead a resistance. What is your opinion of this? It is a most favorable chance, regardless of his true intentions. We will gain from it. That is my thought as well. If the Emperor of the Han Dynasty is threatened, help him I shall. As Yuan Shao's resolution hardens. That sounds dirty. Cao Cao's letter to rise against Dong Zhuo reaches other lords as well. In response to... Yeah, I shouldn't be talking now, this is narrated. Making a mock? Is he taking the mickey? So we wouldn't be expected to play any part in this coalition. We're extremely geographically removed from this fight. Okay, Cao Cao, that's trustworthy. And I'm reminded of one of my favorite DW5 cinematics, where Yuan Shao is giving a rousing speech, and you can see in the background Cao Cao with his arms crossed, just like rolling his eyes, while Liu Bei is like puts his hand on his heart and is like, I pledge allegiance to Yuan Shao. Cao Cao sends out a call for aid and forms a coalition against Dong Zhuo. Yuan Shao is appointed leader of the coalition against Dong Zhuo. But ultimately, they prove less effective than a pretty girl. Zhang Yan has been hired. Why did we get sent to hire the guy who's so frickin' far away? Other people are earning all sorts of deeds while we're just not. Better not fail to hire this guy. But we can visit Zhaoyang now. Pleasure to meet you. I'm JG Mystery of Hapu. Usually I refuse to meet new people, but you're a rare breed. You're the last of an ancient breed. Let me get straight to the point. Cool. Alright, so it didn't take us 10 days after all. Now while I'm here, I could see what's for sale. Not that I really have a lot of money. Yeah, I don't have enough money to buy the 6 secret teachings. I could investigate while I'm here. Oh, you know what I should do, though? I should report my mission complete. Because you can do that remotely. Matter of fact, I probably should have... Well, they're basically saying it's going to fail, but I was going to see if I could get suggested as a mission and get credit for this, but instead it looks like it basically just told me this will fail. Letter from Vulture Bobo has arrived.
I've ended up helping a fellow student of Fault Exors after sparking relationship through your letters.
Zhao Shang has been hired after being persuaded by Vulture Bean. Earned some gold. So that really wasn't particularly exciting. Is there anybody else here in this city? Yeah, and Sammy is here. He already works for us. I could try to hire Pan Lin. Somebody's already been sent to do that. And they don't think I would be able to do it anyway. Fine, I'll go back to the actual city that I'm supposed to be in. I just feel like this is an awfully long trip. But I've earned prestige order conditions. Wait a second. Am I trying to be an orator? I guess orator is a different tree. Because I joined a force, succeeded in investigation. Oh, orator would be the... I could be a strategy master or a mastermind. Like, I could switch trees. I'm not planning to do that, though, so that's fine. G-Ping has been hired. So, kind of what I want to do is... Let's check the revenue of these cities. Revenue's positive. I dumped, like, all the created characters, including the ones that I took out this time in the same city, and got this massive negative revenue. So, in fact, I don't have to worry about commerce as much right off the get-go as I did before. It would probably be in our best interests if we... I guess I'm not a high enough rank to actually... I'm not actually high enough rank to suggest that we do an alliance of any kind. Bobo the Vulture has made friends with Fall Jaxors. I think that's all I can have them do. So I could start having him become friends with other officers. What about this form of friendship, a lasting friendship between Vulture Bobo and Sirius II, the son of Mr. Sirius, who was also from the same time period. Actually, a little bit later. So the son of Mr. Sirius is actually older than Mr. Sirius, but that makes sense in the Sirius clan. Yuan Chao, who led the campaign against Dong Zhuo, sent Sun Jin forward to Hulao Gate.
My lord, let me crush those rebels. Send me to take care of them.
I will crush those maggots beneath my feet. I can't remember how the crappy new Dynasty Warriors 9 Lu Bu talks, so...
But wait, while I use the battle axe to slaughter a chicken, send me and I will fight. I am more than a match for that traitorous band. Let me take the vanguard.
All these guys kind of talk all growly.
Ha ha! Inspiring words, very well. May you be the first and last to make those traitors bleed. The Tiger of Zhangdong? I thought you were a great officer, not some shepherd of traitors. I must have thought wrong.
We will know who the real traitor is when this battle is over. That's kind of the goofy-ass way he talks in Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends.
Attack!
None who fight a tiger live. All troops engage. Isn't it Guan Yu who gets credit for actually killing Hua Zhang, though? Hua Zhang and Sun Jin battled fiercely with neither side able to overpower the other. But when Yuan Shu cut off Sun Jin's vital supplies, it resulted in his defeat. Yuan Shao became desperate as Hua Zhang pushed forward, butchering the coalition forces one after another. Oh, that's right. That's where this is going. Who's next? Who will it be? What a great noise. Can no one stop him? So many proud officers, and yet none of you can stop him?
I will do it.
But you have to use your Super Saiyan powers to defeat Cao Cao and murder him on his way back from Chirby.
Speak your name.
Please, excuse us. I am Liu Bei. And this is Guan Yu. He is with me. Some insignificant officer. If I send you to your death, morale will only drop.
But you have no other plan, correct?
The man is ready. Look in his eyes. He is one of the true heroes. Very well. If you fail and run away, Guan Yu, your head is forfeit.
Understood. Do I have your permission?
I think I did the whole bit with the wine that was still warm when he came back. Of course, everyone else has already given theirs. May luck be with you.
Thank you. I promise I will not fail.
Now here we go. Then let us share a cup of warm sake before you depart. Sake?
Save it for me. It will still be warm when I return. Particularly if you pee in it.
What's wrong with me?
I, Guan Yu, vessel of Liu Bei, call you to battle.
And yes, I know you can read, folks. There are people who are listening to this and not watching, okay?
I don't care who you are. You all die the same.
Oop. That's a shocking result. Oh, cool. The canned applause.
Sorry to keep you waiting. The cup of wine is still warm. You've done us proud, Guan Yu.
With Hua Zhang's defeat, the coalition army marched towards Luoyang through Hulao Gate. A single officer stood at the gate, watching the allied armies pass through. Oh, hey, I don't think I've seen this. Oh, come on, guys, really? This is RTK at its most Dynasty Warriors right here. Well, other than that intro movie that inspired me to say that Guan Yu is a Super Saiyan. Oh, call him the bastard with three fathers. Do it. Ungrateful.
还燕人张飞，要将你杀得片甲不留。你好像多少有些本事，但是靠那种烈马可不行。哦，今天的战斗可以让我尽兴。翼德，
Is he on a horse or not?
助你一臂之力，这把凶猛的利刃可不会袖手旁观。
This is one of the more fun scenes in the novel. It's interesting, like in an American, in a European, like a Western novel, you wouldn't see a battle where the heroes outnumber the bad guy 3-1, because we wouldn't root for the heroes if they were triple teaming somebody. But in the Chinese novel, the fact that Lu Bu is the strongest doesn't really make him admirable, because he's just completely out for himself.
算了，击退吕布就足够了。云长所言极是，各位，赶快攻陷虎牢关吧。
This isn't exactly how it went. They kind of make a point that Liu Bei was the one who was in over his head once he joined the fight. But what I was trying to get at is that, like, one of those, like, kind of interesting baseline cultural differences, which doesn't carry through in every situation, but one of the prime ancient Chinese hero novels has the main hero is not the biggest, strongest guy. He's the guy who can actually get people to work with him and cooperate. Whereas in a European ancient novel like Lu Bu, being the biggest and baddest, would basically probably be the hero. Look at those traitors flee. Dong Zhuo runs from Hulao Gate like a scared dog, and it's all because of how awesome I am. Onwards to Luoyang, advance to the city. In the city, Lu Bu's retreat caused Dong Zhuo to pull his forces back into Luoyang, leading to a loss at Hulao Gate. Battle of Hulao Gate. Guan Yu slays Huazhang. Liu Bei and his brothers face Lu Bu. Fang Yue has been slain by a single blow from Lu Bu. Who's Fang Yue? Oh well, somebody will tell me in the comments. Wu Ju Huang joined Dong Zhuo's army. He'll end up, of course, with Cao Cao in the end. Yeah, I felt like I just spent so much time accomplishing that one mission. I could have gotten a lot more deeds if I was just hanging around in the city doing domestic work. Hiring officers is awfully good in the long run, but in the meantime, we're supposed to be taking over these territories. I don't know if that's happening. Oh, isn't that? Hey, it's Falger. For some reason, I'm blanking on. I was trying to do a Falger impression. I really don't look. Hey, how are you? Are you well? What a strange coincidence. You know, this area is known for incomplete Super Mario RPG LPs. I've been thinking the other day of like all the dumb, ridiculous digs I can make at Zerfall over the course of this LP. You converse for a time with Falger, depending your connection. Falger's report that he has become 30. Oh, apparently we don't get any boosts for having the same values, so that's a thing. Yeah, once Falger takes over as leader, I'll have a lot of opportunities to kind of tease Zerfall. Driven away from Hulao Gate by the Coalition, Lu Bu and his army retreated into Luoyang.
Oh, give them credit. That rabble of soldiers isn't so bad after all. Now pull my finger.
It's Luoyang to blame for this calamity. Relocating the capital would improve our situation.
Relocate to where?
The children sing a nursery rhyme saying, "Dear frolic to Chang'an to escape danger." It's true, it's this weird thing in the novel. People will cite nursery rhymes as being the reason to make major strategic decisions. Now, this guy is Jiao Chan's adopted father. He's very much a positive character you're supposed to root for in the novel. His inflexibility as far as not being willing to forgive Dong Zhuo's former associates leads to his downfall, but he has like a righteous, just cause. But he looks like a freaking demon here.
Wait, the people suffer enough already. Moving the capital will bring chaos and unrest. What do people matter when you control the mandate of heaven? Make haste. We will abandon Luoyang and move for Chang'an.
As you wish.
I almost forgot. Pillage the royal tombs and take everything with us. The tombs? You must be joking. Silence. Better the treasure belong to me than to my enemies.
So Dong Zhuo, kind of an asshole. Dong Zhuo pillaged the tombs and stole from the wealthy, claiming he needed funds for his army. Once the city was plundered, he set fire to Luoyang and marched his army away. Early scorched earth. Gwahaha, look at it burn. The capital, Luoyang, is burning down. KO. Sorry. Cao Cao saw that Dong Zhuo made for Chang'an and so pleaded with Yuan Shao to engage, but was refused as the soldiers were too exhausted to fight. Distraught Cao Cao charged his army alone at Dong Zhuo, but was thwarted by Zhu Rong. Zhu Rong Rongo, Zhu Rong Rong.
Damn, how useless am I?
My cousin, are you alright? You doing alright, cuz? I'm fine, as you can see, but my horse didn't fare so well. You escape. Get out of here. Take my horse and ride. I'll escort you all my life.
No, your talent is too valuable to end here.
Listen, the world may not need Cao Hong, but it does need you. Cao Hong Southern because the word cousin appeared. That's it. That's why in my mind he's from the South now.
I will never forget this.
I will think of you and your kind words while murdering Liu Baishi's family. With skilled officers like Cao Hong as his shield, Cao Cao successfully made it back to camp. Meanwhile, with Dong Zhuo no longer in Luoyang, we're going through the entire novel here. I've gotten like 4 turns. Sun Jian extinguished the fires and worked to restore the royal tombs. Admittedly, there's a lot of plot happens like in a tight frame of time during the Dong Zhuo fight. Sun Jin, we saw something shining in the southern well. Look what we discovered. I, the messenger, am now the emperor because I found the Jade Seal. It's just a postage thing. What does it say? What does it say? Having received the mandate from heaven, may the emperor lead a long and prosperous life?
It's the imperial seal, the seal passed down since the first emperor of the Qin dynasty. It's proof that you are destined to rule. Go back to Jiangdong and rise to power.
Power and glory. To rule, perhaps it is so. The next day, heeding Chen Pu's advice, Sun Jin claimed illness and left the coalition to return home. His entire army was simultaneously struck sick. With Cao Cao's army routed, other lords also gave up hope in the cause, and the coalition against Dong Zhuo was abandoned. Moving to Chang'an, Dong Zhuo moves the capital Chang'an and raises Luoyang. The Anti-Dong Zhuo Coalition army enters Luoyang. Cao Cao pursues Dong Zhuo but fails miserably. Sun Jin recovers the imperial seal from the well at Luoyang. The Anti-Dong Zhuo Coalition army disbands. The earned honors from our force of spring were announced. Liang kicked our ass, probably because he hired at least one person, but they must have been close by, and then he actually got to do some domestic commands. Yeah, Liang, you're awesome. Oh, you know what I could do? I could start using my prestige commands to report the merit of Vulture Bobo. Get his career jump-started. So that eventually he can be like a military minister or something. Announcing Vulture Bobo's accomplishments and raising merit. This will take 10 days. Do you wish to continue? Yes. I gotta do this at least a couple of times in order to advance my own prestige rank. Ah, so that's what's selling these days. Very interesting, but stupid. So this is what happened. Vulture Bobo's merit has become 450, 550 until the next rank. I think I'll just spam this for a little bit. Wait, how many times do I have to... Hold on. How many times do I have to do this to advance a rank? In order to advance, I need to do 3 merit reports and 10 missions. and I need to make it to rank 7. Let me just do some merit reports now and get them out of the way, and then I'll get back to doing lots of missions. But both of those things can wait till next time, when I'll probably get to do about 4 things total before reading about 20 minutes of plot. I'm the Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more of RTK13, Fame and Glory Strategy Whatever Expansion Pack, The Rise of Zerftopia. Bye.